Right, Shalom.
Shalom.
The Hebrew Israelites back again with another lesson through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shai. Before we begin this lesson, we're going to face the east, give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Alright, double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, where we learned this truth from. They're the real prophets of these end times. And if you listen to them, which is the voice of the Most High in these end times, and you do have a good shot at salvation. Shalom to you, Akwaf in order, meaning you Israelite sisters that are in order, okay? It's very important. And Shalom to you Israelites scattered abroad that may look like these other nations. That means you might look like a so-called white man, Chinese man, Arab, or whatever other nation is out there. But if your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you are a Hebrew Israelite regardless of your appearance, because we don't judge according to appearance. We judge righteous judgment. We judge according to the Spirit. And the sheep of the Lord are going to hear the voice of the Lord. You're going to listen to us out here teaching. You're going to, and what we speak is going to resonate with your spirit, and you're going to understand. That makes you a Hebrew Israelite, okay? All right, so shalom to you. All right, in this lesson, we're going to flow in the Spirit. And we're going to speak on a few events that are going on in the world right now, because this war is escalating, you know, to all new levels. And every day that passes is a day closer. We're inching closer to the finish line, man, which we're very close, okay? So the gap that we have between now and the finish line, you can expect a lot of crazy events to unfold in this world, man. There's a lot of prophecy that needs to play out, and you can see a lot of it coming, getting closer and closer to being ripe and ready for that day, man. Like the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, okay? That's, you know, they're doing trials on humans and all kinds of test runs and, you know, all kinds of breakthroughs regarding that technology, which is going to line up with the digital system, the what they call it, the system of all things, or the internet of all things, I think they call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to line up with that, you know. Their towers, their death towers, they're popping up everywhere. 5G, you know. And you know, it's all coming together just in time for that great moment of the Lord's return, man. The war is escalating. You know, you got a lot of false prophets being exposed, a lot of people dropping out, getting kicked out, all kinds of things going on, man. But we're gonna speak briefly about this draft, because it's come out now that they're talking about drafting men mainly, but they're talking about now how they're probably going to draft the women too, okay?
The U.S. military draft bill that passed in the House of Representatives also includes women. So if you are a man or woman 18 to 26 or know someone who is, you're going to want to see this video. Take a look.
So women have never been required to register for the draft, but that could soon change thanks to lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
The Senate version of the National Defense Authorization Act would require women to register for selective service.
Now, I haven't seen any scriptures that talk about women going to war and all that. So we'll see where this goes. But nevertheless, there is talk of women being drafted into war, man. And, you know, these women these days want to talk about how, you know, they're equal to men, and, you know, they're jacked up on this westernized mindset of feminism and all that. Anything that a man could do, they could do better, you know. Hear me roar, and, you know, Miss Independent, you know.
We about to find out.
Yeah, we about to find.
Can you do better?
That's it.
We about to find out.
You know, and we ain't gonna feel sorry for these women, because if they get drafted into war, that's the meat grinder, man. You ain't coming back. You're coming back in a casket, okay? You're gonna die in that war, okay? Because the scriptures talk about how men are gonna die in large numbers from the war and famine, because it's all going to coincide with each other. It's all going to take place around the same time. When things kick off in the society, will be the same time when that draft is really taking place, because right now there's talk about it, but people haven't officially received a letter in their mail, in their post, saying, all right, this is the date, or they haven't been snatched up in you know, army vans in the street or whatever. People walking by, and a man and the army people in the army fatigues just come and snatch you up off the street, right? Put a gun in your hand and send you on the front lines. That hasn't happened yet. I mean, it happened in Ukraine.
It is reported that soldiers in Ukraine are kidnapping men off the streets in broad daylight, just taking men off the streets, throwing them in vans, and forcing them on the front lines to fight. Now, this is alleged. We do not know this for fact, but imagine how these men must feel. Imagine.
Ай, блядь, сука, нахуй, блядь. Ёбаный, блядь, своими, блядь, хуйню, блядь, завели, блядь. Я должен тут...
Because Ukraine is basically a microcosm or a foreshadowing what's coming to the rest of the world, man. Because, you know, they got to a point where they were desperate for men and started snatching people up off the streets, man, throwing them in the front lines. And they were dying in large numbers. They weren't coming back alive, okay? And the same thing's getting ready to happen in Babylon the Great, aka America, and other places in the world, man. The UK, there's big talks on that here too, you know.
National service will be compulsory. The military option will be something that people choose to do.
Oh, I see. So how will you make people do it?
Sorry?
If national service is going to be compulsory, how will you make people do it?
Well, you'll have a set of sanctions and incentives, and we will look at the models that are existing around Europe to get the appropriate mix of those. There's a range of different options that exist.
For example?
There's all sorts of things that people do across Europe, whether that's looking at driving licenses, other access to finance, all sorts of other things. The right thing to do is to allow...
Access to finance?
Yes.
So if people don't want to do national service, what, you're going to take their bank cards away? What do you mean?
There's access. there's lots of different models around Europe. There's lots of different models around Europe. This is being done in multiple countries in Europe.
I don't doubt it. I'm just asking you what you think.
So there's a range of things, and we will have a royal commission look at all of those, come back to the government and recommend what the appropriate mix of incentives and sanctions is.
And this is all prophecy that men are going to die in a war. As a matter of fact, might as well bring that out as our first precept. I know we bring that out a lot, but there might be some of you out there that haven't heard these precepts before. You might be new to watching our videos or whatever. So we're going to bring it out, alright? Alright, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, okay, which was taken out of the Holy Bible. It's very much a part of the Holy Bible, alright? So this is 2nd Ezra 16. I'll start at 33. It says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. This is a future prophecy, man. So the young women are going to mourn because they ain't got no men, you know, they ain't got... They're gonna feel like their life is in vain if there's no men for them. You know what I mean? Already right now women are complaining there ain't no good men around when there's plentiful men around. They're just, most of them are niggas, man. Most of them ain't no damn good. Okay? But in this time is coming, there's not gonna be any men, okay? And the only ones that are gonna be left over ain't gonna be no good. You know what I mean? Apart from the elect that are going to be preserved, you know, but the few men that are around, if any, they ain't going to be no good, man. Okay. So the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms, no future husbands. It says the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. There ain't going to be no men to help you women. You know, and you women are going to admit you need a helper during that time. That's why you're going to mourn that you ain't got a helper. You ain't going to say I could do it all by myself during that time. The Lord is about to take feminism out of the world, man. That evil spirit. The Lord's about to correct everything. And it's not going to be an easy correction. It's going to come with a lot of heartache, bloodshed, and misery, man. Okay? It's the only way, because this world is too far gone. Esau Edom done messed everything up, man. Every aspect of society is jacked up, turned upside down. It says, in the wars, pay attention, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So the bridegrooms, the men, are going to be destroyed in the wars. And anyone left over is gonna basically die of hunger. People are gonna die of hunger or war, man. Okay. There's plenty of precepts we could back that up with. You know, we might bring out a couple for edification's sake, but that's what's coming to this earth. The Bible says it. That's what's written. That's what's gonna happen. Men are gonna die in these wars, man. And you can see right now that this prophecy is unfolding. For all you scoffers that think that the Bible is full of crap, what you got to say now? We've been saying this for a long time, what's coming, and everything has come to pass or is coming to pass. Now it's being made manifest, man. You know? What was it saying? Habakkuk 2. I'll quickly bring that out, okay? Because right now, everything we've been speaking about is talking. It's speaking loud and clear. You can see it happening now, man. All right, so this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3. It says, for the vision, talking about these prophecies that we've been speaking about, war, men getting drafted and dying in the wars, you know, shortage of men out here. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, which that time you can see is right now. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's speaking loud and clear now. It said in the Bible that this would happen. It says right here, I'm reading it, man. It says that what we've been speaking about, what we've been prophesying about is going to speak loud and clear in the end, okay? So all you people that, you know, thought the Bible was full of crap, you might want to second guess that now, man, if you ain't already. It says, at the end it shall speak and not lie. It says, though it tarry, it seems like it's taking a long time. Wait for it will surely come. It will not tarry. His word ain't gonna go out void, man. You know, the scriptures say, my word shall not go out void, you know, but it shall accomplish that which I, you know, whereto I sent it, I believe, something like that, roughly paraphrasing, you know. So if it's written, it's gonna happen, and you can bank on that, man. Okay.
Yeah, so like my brother was just bringing out, you know, this time that we're coming into is a time of war. We all understand that. Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles can see that it's a time of war, right? The scriptures even talk about it, right? There's a time for everything. I'm going to bring out the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Meaning there's a time for everything, right? It says, verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, right? So we understand, like, even when it comes to seasons, we understand, like, in the winter you're not going to start planting crops because chances are you ain't going to get any yield from that because they ain't going to grow. But during the springtime, when everything's new and reborn, that's when your best chances are of planting and getting a good crop, right? It says verse 3, it says, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, right? So this is the time that we're coming into where it's a time to kill. Like, there's going to be a lot of death. A lot of people are going to be dying in the wars, right? It said there will be a time to heal, but that time isn't yet, right? We have a time to break down and a time to build up. It's the time is breaking down this kingdom and this wicked way that we've been brought up in under the vibration of Esau, Edom, you know. And then when you know everything's said and done, that'll be the time to build up, right? Not you have your Israelite camps that are talking about building Israelite communities. Like, this ain't the time for that. You know, we're about to be about to be in a time of war, right? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading. Yeah, so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, a time to love and a time to hate. And you understand that we're in a time where there's a lot of hatred going around, right? You got the hatred for the government, you got the hatred, you know, for the nationalities, you know, race war, all that stuff's getting ready to pop off, right? And it says a time of war and a time of peace. And this is the time that we're coming into, that time of war, right? The time of peace isn't until Yahweh Shai comes back and establishes the kingdom in the earth, when the elect, have been sealed, and you know, they take the elites and the remaining Edomites that don't get destroyed in the war or in the famine, take them into slavery. You know, this is that time that we're coming into, this time of war, right? So we understand that this is the time now, just as my brother said in the book of Habakkuk, that there's a time and a purpose. Slakia. The vision is yet for an appointed time, right? This is that time and that purpose where we, you know, everything under this under heaven, you know, we're about to go to war. This is that time. This is a prophecy that's speaking of, like my brother mentioned also, you know, we've been talking about this for decades, You know, starting with the elders and apostles and the brothers on down and like-minded brothers. You know, we've been telling you that this war is coming. And you have scoffers out there that say, oh, nah, we'll never do that. America will never be, you know, taken out of power. Now look at America. America's on its last legs, right? So the time for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, right? Though it tarried, though it's taken a long time, decades, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, right? So this is what we're trying to show you in these scriptures, is that, hey, we're in that time where there's going to be a lot of death and destruction that's taking place. But all this has to happen, as is written in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? So, I mean, we can go on and on and on about all the events that are taking place in the earth, and Lord willing, we'll bring up more scriptures to back up our points even more, right?
I mean, I got one on deck right here, you know, because, you know, basically the Lord is the way out of what's coming. Nothing you do is gonna delay or prevent what's coming, man. It's set in stone, it's written, okay? And the only escape from it is to leave off from your iniquities, you know, flee from sin. You know, sin is the transgression of the law, you know, iniquity is sin upon sin. So you transgressing the law is what's gonna keep you from being protected, because you're gonna need to be protected from on high. There's nothing you can do as far as stocking up on food, building yourself a little bunker or whatever. None of that is gonna work, man. People in these bunkers are gonna cook in them bunkers, man. You understand the heat that's coming to this earth? Mainly Babylon the Great, aka America, man. They say it's 200 million times hotter than the sun, than the center of the sun. That's hot, man. Because you know, I can feel the heat from the sun right now, and the sun is far away. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It's far away, and you know, I can feel the heat of the sun right here. And you know, it's to the point where if it was any closer, it'd be unbearable. You know what I mean? So, you know, if we're feeling that much heat from the sun this far away, and these nukes are gonna be 100 million times 200 million times hotter than the center of the sun. You listen, man, a bunker underground is not going to prevent you from getting melted. This Babylon the Great is not going to be called the lake of fire for no reason. It's going to look like a lake of lava from space, man. Okay, America is getting ready to be turned into a lake of fire, okay, and no bunker in America is going to be able to protect them from that, man.
The scriptures say that the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to go into a bunker and be just, you know, all jolly and safe and don't worry about that up there on the surface level. We're good down here. No, you're going to cook, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Think about it this way, right? Say you went deep enough, like real deep in the earth, to where you wasn't harmed by the nukes, right, and the intense heat. Any escape entrance that you had from them nukes is gonna be melted, man. You ain't gonna be able to even come out of that bunkers, man. Okay, so you know, you gotta think about it this way. There's no escape in the Lord's judgment, man. If the Lord said there's no escape, then you best believe his word is true and is set in stone, man.
Yeah, your entrance is welded shut, or your exit is welded shut.
Yeah.
It's a big tomb for you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. You know? Through, man. So, I'm gonna read 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 66, right? Because this describes, no, 67, Salakia. I'm gonna start at 67. Because this describes what you're meant to do to be protected from what's coming, right? It says, behold, the Most High himself, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, himself is the judge, right? So all these things that are getting ready to happen, these judgments, are from the Most High. So it'd be a good idea to get on his good side, okay? Rather than, you know, finding another way to salvation.
Trusting in man.
Trusting in man, that's it, yeah. It says, Most High himself is the judge, fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities to meddle no more with them forever. Stop eating pork, stop celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Easter. Stop trying to build in this world, or stop voting Democrat, Republican. Stop being a damn nigger, okay? Stop upholding feminism or transism, I'll put it that way. All of that stuff that this world promotes, okay? Stop upholding that, okay? Flee from all of that. That ain't the right way. It says to leave off and forget. It says, and forget your iniquities to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. All trouble. Because we're entering into a time that the Bible calls Jacob's trouble. And it's going to be a terrible time for you sons of Jacob, man, you Israelites, okay? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, because you're the poor in this society, and you're the #1 target of Esau Edom. Everything he does is weaponized against you, psychologically, physically, and spiritually, okay? Now, this man has basically waged war on you, and because he knows who we are. He knows that we're the future heirs of this world after he's taken down, and he can see through all this stuff going on in the earth in these end times, that he can't escape prophecy. It's just he's a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before he's taken down and we're lifted up and we're ruling the earth. You know, when you look on TV and you see all these politicians and people making all these decisions in the world that are jacking the world up, it's all Edomite faces. It's all pink people, man. It's all so-called white people, man. In the future, after they take each other out with these nukes, it's going to be brown people that you're going to see making the decisions in this world. And then you're going to see the difference. You're going to see what we do to it, man. So it says, verse 68, and this is what's coming. For behold, it says, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. So when it all kicks off, you're going to see Esau's minions, his UN troops, his martial law troops, FBI agents, whatever, man. Anybody, you know, well, I wouldn't say the police, because they're going to be in a bad shape during that time. Maybe the police. But either way, you're going to see government officials coming in great number toward us, man, and rounding us up and putting us in prisons. This is a future prophecy. This is what's getting ready to happen, okay? It says that in the book of Revelation 2. Also in Revelations 2 and 10, that the devil will cast some of us into prison, that we will be tried and tested, basically, okay? So it says in verse 69, and they that consent unto them, meaning you give in, you take their charagma, you know, you take their MOTB, mark of the beast, you that give in and fold under this great pressure that's coming. It says, they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot, meaning you basically took the short end of the straw, man. You took sold your soul for a crappy deal, man. Okay? And it ain't coming with no toys like a Happy Meal either. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So you people that stand for righteousness to say to hell with your NWO agenda, I'm not taking your mark of the beast. I'm not bowing down to the society and, you know, becoming a part of your system. You know, I'm not taking part of your digital currency system that you're setting up, the WEF are setting up. You know, the ones that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai mainly. It says that there's going to be an insurrection, which is a violent uprising against us for not bowing down. Okay, so it's coming. That's going to be our time of testing of our faith to see, you know, who's really about this, man. Who really fears the Lord, who the Lord is really dealing with. It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none. See, they're gonna spare none. When they move in on us, you best believe they're gonna move in hard on us, man. Okay, because it's Esau going all out, man, coming down with great wrath. Revelations 12:12, man, because he knows he don't have long left to rule. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. So during that time, you know, it's going to be known who has stood stiffly for the Lord during that time, man. And it's going to be known who had the right prophecies, man. When they start karagwaying you all up, man, giving you that digital all, you know what I mean? MOTB. It's going to be known who are the Lord chosen, who the Lord was really dealing with. Because divine intervention is going to happen for those who the Lord is dealing with, and for those that ain't, the Lord weren't dealing with, these false prophets that think they're men of the Lord, they're going to realize they weren't men of the Lord during that time, man. You know? So verse 73, 2nd Ezra 16 and 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire, tested. Okay? Hear, O ye my beloved. The beloved is them that the Lord is pleased with. The Lord is dealing with, of the nation of Israel. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, Jacob's trouble. It says, but I will deliver you from the same. So the Lord is delivering those who he's protecting. And that's what you're going to need in these end times. So if you to be of the elect, you have to first take heed to the prophets. You have to listen to the voice of the Lord, man. And then you have to do what's instructed, which is to repent, clean up your ways, and be born again, man. Seek meekness and righteousness, man. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. So the ones that the Lord is going to protect is the ones that are keeping his laws and his precepts, man, keeping the commandments. And if you think that when we tell you that you're not supposed to eat pork, and then you try to twist scripture and use scriptures that you learned in Christianity to try and justify eating pork, then you just keep doing what you do, man. Let the ignorant be ignorant, as it says in First Corinthians 2:14 or something like that. Can't quite remember, but the scriptures say let the ignorant be ignorant, man. So if you want to be ignorant to what the prophets are saying, and you don't recognize through the Spirit, you don't have the Holy Spirit on you to recognize who the prophets are that were sent, and you don't obey them, then you just weren't among the elect. You weren't among the chosen, man. It wasn't meant for you to receive salvation, okay? So it is what it is. You're just gonna have to come back in your right mind, you know, after you get reincarnated, after the 1,000-year period of Yahushai's reign on earth. We'll read verse 76 again. It says, and a guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. So there's coming a time where, you know, the martial law troops are gonna move in on us, and it's gonna take divine intervention for us to be protected from the times that we're coming into, man. This is why Ezra's said, woe is me, because he had a vision of he had a vision of the times that we're living in now and what's coming, basically, man. And he understood reincarnation, knew he was going to be here during that time in this final generation. And he was like, who's going to protect me in that time? Because there ain't no other escape. Like, what am I going to do? Like, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days, he said. Because he knew that he was going to need divine intervention to protect him for what's coming, man. When there's no food anywhere, what do you think you're going to eat? You really think you're going to go out there and start hunting quail and all that? Come on, man. You're living in a fantasy. That ain't as easy as it may seem, man. And for you people that might be able to do that, you know, you might have a bit of hunting equipment or whatever, a ghillie suit or whatever, you know, ain't gonna protect you forever. You might be able to eat a day or two here and there, but eventually prophecy is gonna prevail. You people that flee to the mountains, scriptures say you're gonna eat your own blood, and eat your own flesh and drink your own blood, man. That's the type of judgment that's coming. There ain't no escaping in the wilderness and thinking that you're gonna escape the Lord's wrath, man, because what's coming is of the Lord. That's why scripture said in verse 67, behold, 2nd Ezra 16 and 67, behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai himself is the judge. Fear him. Alright, so don't trust in yourself. Don't trust in your ability to hunt or whatever, or survive in the wilderness, build a shelter and all that. Fear the Lord. It says, leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. Okay, and that's the point I wanted to get at, man. You're going to need the Lord, and you're going to need divine intervention and miracles from the Lord in order to be saved from what's coming, man. Alright, I'm going to drive it home right now with the book of Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19, alright? Because this proves that we're going to need divine intervention, and that divine intervention is going to happen for those that the Lord is protecting, alright? During that time of Jacob's trouble. So Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. So this is what's happening right now, you know? People are coming into finding out the true name of the Lord, and they're fearing that name by reverencing that name, okay, exalting that name, and not saying that it don't matter what you call him. They're not calling him Most High and Christ blessed. They're fearing the name of the Lord, man. All right, they're not taking it as a joke and making mockery of it, okay, because they truly fear the Lord, the true God of Israel, the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They fear him, all right. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Right? And it's talking about the elect, the ones that fear his name. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, Jacob's trouble, you know, the burning wrath of a great multitude that is kindled upon us. They'll be like madmen, sparing none. All them precepts I just brought out, man. When the enemy comes in on us, right? It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall lift up a standard against him, man. That means divine intervention is going to happen. The Lord is going to do some kind of miracle, and it doesn't say what that miracle is, but the Lord is going to step in during that time, man. Because it also says in the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1, I believe, that Michael the archangel will step in for us, man. So you best believe we're coming into a time where you're getting ready to see the great miracles as we saw in our first deliverance from Egypt, man. This is the second deliverance. This is when Pharaoh is gonna, you know, when Pharaoh came in on the Israelites, a great army was pursuing the Israelites. Like, nah, get them niggas back. You know what I mean? He was like, F that, I want them back. He took off after them. That was it. That was the enemy coming in like a flood, basically, man. And what did the Lord do? He lifted up a standard against them, man. You know what I mean? He parted the Red Sea and then took them, snared them, man. Took them in the water, man. Closed that water back in on them, man. Took them out. He protected the Israelites that had faith in him, man. Okay, so we're living in them times again, man. We're mirroring the time of the first deliverance. You know, the Lord sent plagues upon Egypt, aka America, which he's doing right now, bringing them down. And now he's about to deliver us again. And, you know, he's going to lift up that standard, man. As the scriptures say, he's going to do miracles, divine intervention. He's going to protect us. So this is why you need to fear him and leave off from your sins. That's the way to be protected. Get on his good side, man. All right?
Yeah. I want to bring out a couple precepts. So my brother just brought out a whole load of scriptures. And there's a lot of good points in all of the scriptures, you know, and I just wanted to touch on some of those points. So this is in the book of Matthew chapter 24, and I do bring this out quite often because obviously it speaks to the times that we're coming into, right? I'm gonna read Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 4, right? And it says, and Yahushai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Yahushai said that because he understood that in these times that we're coming into, there's going to be a lot of deception, a lot of false prophets, a lot of, you know, people that are saying, oh, this is the right way, but going off in their doctrine. He understood that, right? So he said, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many, right? Because he understands that a lot of people think they're going to be following the right way, but are not being told or taught the correct way, right? Because the truth, when you break down these scriptures, it can be sweet in some places and it can be bitter in others. You know, when you understand, you know, that some of your family could potentially be a part of the 2/3 and they're going to be destroyed. You know, that's a bitter thought. You know, like somebody that you've been with your whole entire life is going to be destroyed. But obviously the sweet part is that, hey, the brothers that are in the truth, you know, potentially they could be part of the elect, and the reward for coming out and doing the work, you know, teaching the gospel is everlasting life. You know what I mean? Like that's a beautiful reward to behold. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And this is what we're seeing. We're clearly seeing it. You can switch on any social media, any alternative media, the mainstream media even, and they're all talking about this war. Talking about this country is now threatening nuclear weapons against America. You got Israel going up against Lebanon. You got Russia and Ukraine. You got China and Taiwan. I mean, it's just, that's all you hear on the news these days, right? And it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Now we understand that the pestilences are these new diseases that are being talked about in the background. That, you know, you got the bird FLU. You know, that's starting to become a main topic of conversation, which eventually I'm pretty sure will blow up to the point where lockdowns are coming back. You know what I mean, or whatever, right? It says earthquakes in diverse places. We see earthquakes happening, you know, around the world. There was an earthquake in New York City, for crying out loud. Like diverse places. Like, who's ever heard of an earthquake in New York City before? You know, I mean, I don't know if they happen often, but the last time I checked, I've never heard of an earthquake in that region of the world. You know what I mean? But there it is. You know, and it says famines. Now we haven't specifically experienced a global famine, but there have been famines popping up in the world. Like over in Gaza right now, they're experiencing a famine because of the war that's going on between them and Israel, right? You know, the supply lines are being cut, so there's no food getting in. That's why you see these videos of like America, China dropping aid through the air, because they ain't coming in by trucks. So those people are suffering of famine. And that's in that region. But when it hits the global stage, that's when, you know, this prophet is going to come to pass, right? It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. And then to the point that my brother was bringing out, where it says, you know, they will send, what was the scripture you said, where the soldiers will come after the elect?
Yeah, there'll be a great insurrection.
A great insurrection, that's the word.
Those that fear the Lord.
The water. Exactly. So this next scripture, Matthew chapter 24, verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Right? That's basically saying the exact same thing as what my brother just brought out in 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Right?
Yeah, great insurrection.
The great insurrection of them that fear the Lord.
We're going to be public enemy number one, man.
Exactly. And why do you think that is? It's because Esau understands, if we come back into our righteousness, we're fulfilling prophecy, and the prophecy with us coming back into our rightful position means the end of him, and he doesn't want that. So if you were in a position of power, right, and there was a threat, like if you think about, like, I don't know, the Game of Thrones series, whenever there was a new child that was born that was in the position to take the throne, the king would always try and take out that child, because they don't want to lose that power seat. And that's exactly what Esau's thinking. I'm not saying that's you know, a storyline in Game of Thrones. I'm just thinking Game of Thrones because of that time period, you know. But yeah, and that's what it says.
Also, it's set up by the Lord because it's the time of our testing, us being tried, you know, to see who's going to bottle it and chicken out during that time, man.
Yeah,
see who's going to endure to the end, you know.
Yeah, and that goes into the next scripture. This is verse 10. It says, "And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another." Right? That's a future prophecy. You know, you're going to understand that people that you thought were close to you are going to betray you. People that you thought, hey, this brother's solid, this sister was solid. Nah, that, you know, it was all an act. You know, you're going to figure that out.
And these people in these other camps, when they see us keep rebuking them and bringing out their wickedness and folly, a lot of them are gonna turn on us too, thinking they're doing the Lord's work, because they think that they honestly think that we're not the Lord's people, man. That we're just hating, we're jealous or whatever, man.
Yep. Verse 11 says, "Many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many." Basically, what my brother just brought out. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." You're gonna start seeing that cold spirit being set on people in the earth. You're going to see like a lot of evil happening in the earth. You're going to see a lot of, you know, wicked events taking place, you know.
Because sin shall abound. Iniquity is sin. So because sin is on the rise, so the love of many is going to wax cold. Meaning, you know, like, for instance, these unrighteous decrees, inflation, you know, the price of things going up, the cost of living crisis, man, that's to do with iniquity too. And that's on the rise. So you're going to see people getting more desperate for money. So crime is going to be on the rise.
Exactly.
That's just an example.
And in verse 13 it says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." So the key there is endurance. You have to endure. So you can't turn around like these Christians like to say, "I'm saved already." What have you been saved from? We're still in the land of our captivity. We're still under the, you know, Esau Edom still got his foot on our necks. You know, we ain't saved yet. You know, you could turn around and say, "Oh, you know what? When all hell breaks loose, you could turn around and say, this is not for me." You know, and you ain't gonna be saved, are you?
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for this. That spirit, you know. Like, you ain't gonna be saved. So it says, "He that endureth unto the end." So you go through all the trials, no matter what they bring upon you, you know, what calamities, no matter what position or condition they bring upon you. Hey, I'm still following Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai till, you know, and they bring you in them FEMA camps and they behead you, even on the chopping block. I still follow Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
To hell with you devils.
Exactly.
Right? That's the endurance to the end. Right? And then you'll be rewarded with that crown of life, right?
Yeah, that's how you receive salvation.
Exactly.
Endure to the end through anything that Esau throws your way.
Yep. And it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So that's why we understand the times that we're coming into, because the gospel, you know, through the correct teachers, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the like-minded brothers on down, you know, and these offshoot camps as well, you know, shalom to you brothers and sisters out there that are listening. You know, when this gospel is preached in the whole world, then, you know, then the end shall come, right? So we're seeing the end coming. And it all started from, you know, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone coming up on YouTube, the unicorn, you know, spreading the word throughout the four corners of the earth. That's how we came into this truth. And through the utility of watching videos on YouTube. You know? And this gospel has to be preached to the ends of the earth. Everybody has to hear the gospel so that the Lord is justified in what he does, because everybody had a fair shot at receiving salvation. Exactly. But only the elect are gonna receive it, man. You know? Yeah, yeah. I want to bring out this precept here in the book of 2nd Ezra, because again, you know, 2nd Ezra, you know, the 16th chapter's got some heat, got some fire. So this is in 2nd Ezra chapter 16. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." Right? It says, "A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?" That's a rhetorical question. Like, a sword of destruction is set upon the world because of the wickedness exceedingly polluting the whole earth, you know. The Lord is getting ready to judge this place. So he sent the sword, and it's saying, well, who's going to be able to turn it back? It's rhetorical. Nobody. You know, this thing is sent to for the destruction. It says a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Like, who's gonna stop what's coming? Like all these politicians talking about, oh yeah, you know what? We'll have a peace summit. They're always gonna break down because the Lord has sent this prophecy in motion, right? It's just gonna escalate and escalate and escalate and boil over and boil over. Putin said the other day, if Ukraine just withdraw their troops from those areas and they accept, you know, the terms of the surrender, then they would stop the war today, you know. But it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen because prophecy dictates that it has to happen.
Yeah.
All these things shall come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, we know exactly how it's meant to play out. That's why we're calm and cool about it, because we know that the Lord is dealing with us and that he's going to protect us no matter what. Scriptures say, fear none of those things which shall suffer, man. We're going to go through some sort of suffering in the time of Jacob's trouble that's upon us.
Yeah.
But we ain't got to fear that, man, because why? We're stocked up on faith. We didn't stock up on food. We stocked up on faith. And that's what we're going to need to get us through what's coming, man.
Yeah. And then you got the book of Judith, the 5th chapter, you know, in the Apocrypha. And it talks about, you know, I won't read it, I won't go into it, but it talks about when you know, the Israelites, the enemy, when they understood that the Israelites were in order and following the commandments of the Lord, that the Lord was fighting for us, right? They understood that. So they were like, look, if these people are you know, keeping the commandments, leave them alone, otherwise it will become a reproach, right? This is roughly paraphrasing, but you could read it in the book of Judith in the Apocrypha in the 5th chapter. I believe it's around the 17th verse. But it says, like, if they're following the commandments, leave them alone because the Lord is fighting for them. However, you know, take this into consideration. If they are in sin, if their nation of people are in sin, their Lord ain't dealing with them and we can take them over. And that's what Esau understood. Esau understood that prophecy. That's why he creates these environments for us to go off constantly. He sets up these mega churches to tell you that the commandments, you don't have to keep the commandments. You know, the law is done away with. You know, eat pork. You know, commit adultery with your neighbor's wife. All of that. They promote it, right? In the music videos, in you know, the reality TV shows, they promote wickedness, right? For our people.
They push shrimp, crab, lobster on our people. They
promote all this wickedness, right? For our people, and when our people start doing it, then everybody else follows. You understand? So it's a system that they've set up, but then you have the elect or the chosen number of those that are getting it, that have the mind to see through Esau's crap, right? You're seeing that these people are coming back to the order. They're following after the Lord. So that's what Esau's afraid of, because he understands that once we come back, the Lord is going to fight for us. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. That's why you see all these calamities and the events taking place in the earth. You know, you don't really hear a lot of Israelites getting on, you know, on camera and saying, oh, you know what, I was in a hurricane and everything I own is gone and blah, 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 blah. No, it's these Edomites, these heathens. They're the ones that are getting, you know, the full judgment. You know, the Lord is protecting his people, right? So, you know, it just goes to show you that the Lord is fighting for us just as he promised he would. Yeah, so this is in the book of Joel, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 7, because this sort of explains as to why, you know, the Lord's got it out for these heathen, right? So this is Joel 3 and 7. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. So you heathen had us in slavery. You heathen did all this wickedness to the children of Israel, the Lord's children. You took upon yourself to do all this wickedness to us, pursue us in blood, you know, or everything that you could look through the history and see what you devils have done to us. All of you nations, not just Esau Edom. Esau Edom being the main perpetrator, but all you nations out there outside of the nation of Israel have perpetrated an evil and a wickedness against the children of Israel. So it says this in verse 8. It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. So everything that you did to us is coming right back to you, double. Yeah, it says, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off, for Yahweh have spoken it. So this is coming from the Lord. Lord is telling you that you devils are going into slavery. You devils are going to get double what you did to us. So all the wickedness throughout history, anything you find out about what these Edomites and these other nations did to us, they're getting it back double, right? And it says, verse 9, which is the point, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And you'll see in all these nations around the world, like Korea, or North Korea, Slovakia, siding with Putin. You got Iraq basically ditching the dollar. You got Japan even. I've seen a clip where Japan's like they want to get their lick back for Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Japan claims it will bomb the United States with 500 hydrogen bombs. Just a few days ago, during a high-level Japanese Liberal Democratic Party gathering, Koizumi Shinjiro, son of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi, revealed a shocking secret and voiced a truth buried in the hearts of Japanese people for 80 years. That Japan will eventually destroy the United States. He openly stated that Japan has never forgotten the painful memory of being bombed with atomic bombs, and that one day Japan will take action to erase the humiliation of those bombings, even shouting, "Destroy America, hit them with 500 hydrogen bombs." Surprisingly, other LDP high-ranking members echoed this statement. No one expected that Koizumi Shinjiro, seen as a rising star in Japanese politics, would boldly unveil this shocking secret, that a sense of revenge against America has seemingly been hidden in the hearts of successive Japanese prime ministers. It appears that Japan has not given up and still hopes to regain the glory of the former Japanese empire. This matter has also caught the attention of American high-level officials. The Rand Corporation in the U.S. even directly claimed that the tsunami that occurred in Japan on March 11, 2011, was actually caused by Japan secretly developing nuclear weapons. During his tenure as Japan's prime minister, Koizumi Junichiro, regardless of being under the Republican or Democratic administration, was very well regarded by the United States. It was expected that he would be loyal to the U.S. However, who would have thought that his son would say such things? Currently, the U.S. is declining at an incomprehensible speed, and Japan, which has been suppressed by the U.S. for so many years, may just be enduring humiliation and waiting for the right moment.
America, you're in trouble. And that's literally written. All the weak nations that America used to bully, put these sanctions on, they all want a peace, and they're gonna get their peace, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I ain't gonna bring any more out, but yeah, you can see all this stuff that is written in the scriptures is being played out on live TV, and it's beautiful to watch, because the elect, the hopeful elect, Slovakia, hopeful elect, you know, pray, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. You know, we're watching, and we're excited because the Lord made a promise, and we're seeing that promise being fulfilled right before our eyes. So it's an exciting time. It's yeah, of course it's nerve-wracking, but it's an exciting time because we understand, like, hey, this devil's going down, and ain't nothing he can do to stop it. You know.
Yeah, glory is coming, man.
That's it.
To his elect, you know. The Lord is going to bring us from shame to glory, because the world hates us right now. You know, these heathen hate us, man. And this is what salvation is. You know, the Lord delivering us from all them that hate us, delivering us from our enemies, man. So quickly, I'll just quickly read Job chapter 8 and 22. It says, "They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught." So these devils are living nice right now. They got the fatness of the earth, man. That's going to come to nothing, because the Lord said that he allowed them to build, but in the end he's going to throw down. And we're in that time where the Lord is about to throw down everything that they built, or we built for them, should I say. You know what I mean?
It's like the Lord said to the Edomites, hey, yeah, build that sandcastle. And they were sculpting it, making it look nice, and the Lord's about to
kick it, right? Yeah. When they're about to put a flag on top of the castle. Comes, yeah. Devil.
Yeet.
Goddamn devil.
Out of here. You thought you were gonna build?
You thought you were gonna feel quietness in your belly? But yeah, man, you know, all them that hate us are going to be clothed with shame, man. And that's all you heathen, all you racist damn demons out there, okay, that you know, bought into the propaganda of Esau when he showed you video after video of us looting. You're all on what's it, PPV Tahoe on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
that man hates us, but all he does is focus on making us look bad. And you got all these devils in the comments just going crazy. Yeah, you black people, they want to take us off the earth. You know, there's gonna be race war, man. Because during that time when the system collapses, there ain't gonna be no police to protect us, you know, our people, from the hands of these devils, man.
Yeah, like just thinking of that, like there was that devil that traveled to Atlanta to shoot up that concert. Yeah. To basically provoke and start a race war. That was his main goal, because they understand. Now imagine the society's collapsed and there ain't no police. You know, there's these devils out here that are aching to take their shot at Jake. You know what I mean? So,
but that didn't prosper because it ain't the time. It ain't the appointed time. Exactly. But that time is coming, because it just shows the spirit that these devils are in there, man. They're itching to get our hands on us and to test out their guns on us, man, because they got guns that they're itching to use. They just been sitting on the shelf collecting dust. You know, all they could do is go to the shooting range and shoot. But what they collecting guns for, man, is because they're itching to use them for what Esau is itching to use his blessing, man.
Yeah.
And this man lives by the sword. He lives to murder. The thief cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy. And this is what they do. This is what they were born to do, man. They weren't created to be righteous. The Edomites are our enemy. They're always gonna be. Ain't no rehabilitate these devils. They hate your guts. But they're gonna come to shame, like I said, like it said in Job 8:22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, because when they realize that they've been deceived and they were hating the very people that the world needs. I don't know if you've seen that movie Insurgent. There's quite a few of them. And it represents the elect, the chosen one, right? And that became public enemy number one. Like, everybody hated the insurgent, not realizing that was the very one that was destined to bring peace to the earth. And that's the elect of Israel, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, you're the people of the Lord, you're the Lord's children, and all them that hate us, when they realize that they were hating the wrong people and that they were deceived, they're gonna be clothed with shame, man. When they see that the Lord was dealing with us and not them, you know. I mean, it even backs it up in I might as well bring this out in Wisdom of Solomon, man, because the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, it basically says that, you know, it backs that up. It says that that's what's going to happen, right? So Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. So basically, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are looking like hate preachers and racists, because we're saying that the white man is the devil that the Bible's talking about. He's the nation of Edom, you know, most of them, you know. And you know, we look like racists and hate preachers, right? But we're standing in great boldness. We don't care about what people think of us. We're telling you to your face that you are the devil. You're going down. The world was created for our sakes, and that we're taking it back. The world was given to the hand of the wicked, pursuant to Job 9:24. The Lord gave the world into your hands so you can destroy it. But it's all to fulfill prophecy. He was only meant to rule for a short season, and your season is almost up. So now we're declaring that in great boldness. But what does the scripture say? It says that we're the righteous. Regardless of how it looks, we're the righteous. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, these devils, man, and these heathen, and made no account of his labors, because we built up everything, and they don't give us credit for the things that we brought to this earth, man. They love to lap it up and enjoy what we brought to this earth, because Esau has the fatness of the earth, and he's an unappreciative bastard. He's a niggard, okay? But they don't give us credit for what we brought to this earth. It says when they see it, meaning when they see us rising upon our feet and declaring their downfall to their face, basically great fear is going to fall upon them that see us, man. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, because they thought white Jesus was going to come and they already got heaven here on earth, the fatness of the earth. They have the best land everywhere. They got so-called white privilege everywhere. You know what I mean? They can do whatever they want in this world without fear, right? While we have to live in their strange land and abide to their effed up laws and be told quit complaining. All right, so when they see the strange, it says, when they see it, there shall be trouble with terrible fear, shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, because the Lord he's coming back as a so-called black man, and he's coming back in a way that you never expected. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, so this is going to be the thought of these devils when they see the day of the Lord, this was he, these black bastards, the ones that they hate, that they're going to be ashamed in the end for hating us, right? This was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. These black bastards all over World Star, hip hop, looting, shooting each other, destroying their communities. You know, all the things that they say, right? Not understanding that those are the curses that the Israelites are under. It says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. That they were just a bunch of nigglets that need to be wiped off the earth to make the earth better, right? Make America great again, right? It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Lord? And his lot is among the saints. How are they the children of the Lord? They curse. All they do is curse at the white man all day on the corner.
They twerk, rap,
yeah,
drugs, and
yeah, you know,
shooting, killing.
Hey, that's
these people.
No, we ain't justifying that, but that's the curses we're under, man. But you people ain't listening to the prophets when we tell you that, and you're gonna have to be punished for that. Okay. It says, verse 6. So, Wisdom Solomon 5 and 6. Therefore we have erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. All right, and I'll leave it there, man. Point is made, because basically you people are going to be clothed with shame when you realize that you hated the people that you should have loved. Talking about pray for Israel, you won't pray for these gutter rats that are committing genocide. Okay, and you think the Lord is saying pray for them? You people are deceived as hell, man, not knowing that those are the thief that come to steal, kill and destroy. Those are the people that stole our land, man, and all they've done is killed and destroyed this damn world, man. And you people have no understanding of that, and you want to pray for them? Keep praying for them then, man. Okay, the Lord ain't dealing with you. You're screwed. You're deceived. You're among the lot that's meant to be in a lake of fire, man. Them nukes are gonna be upon you people, man. Okay, you're meant to be praying for us, okay, the elect of Israel, to come back and replenish this earth in righteousness, how it's meant to be. Okay, do away with your transism and all these things that you uphold in this society. You say love is love. People are supposed to let people love each other, because you don't know what true righteousness is. You people have to be wiped off the earth, man, so that real righteousness can be established from the foundation up. That foundation being Yahushai, the chief cornerstone, man.
I got a precept, you know.
You got a precept? Alright, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, like my brother said, we stand in great boldness, telling this devil to his face that he's a damn devil, a deceiver, a liar, you know, the wicked, the destroyer.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hold back, man. We're telling you to your face, you're a damn demon. Right? Look at your track record, man.
That's it.
You don't need us to tell you that. People could just research it, but you don't want people to know your true nature.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you're a murderer.
They call it critical race theory.
Yeah, you're a murderer, man. Your blessing was a sword. That's why you're so surgical with how you attack people. You got these predator drones that you fly from, like you got a little trailer out the back, and there's a guy in there on a computer, and he's blowing up people, blowing up kids. you know, from miles away in the comfort of his own little office while he's eating Cheetos
with a little Xbox controller.
Yeah, with a little Xbox controller, you know, or PlayStation, whatever. But you got this is Esau Edom.
Robot dogs.
Yeah, robot dogs. Strategical with his weaponry, because that was the blessing that he was given. He's got the fatness of the land, so he's in all the best places. And we're just telling you, hey, this is who the devil is, right? But we've been commanded by our heavenly power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, to come out here and warn the people, tell the people of who you are. So they're so you're aware, right? It says this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 33, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, so thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. So we're out here to warn the elect, you know, and the people that will hearken unto the words of the Lord. You know, the ones that just want to go live their lives and be wicked, go be wicked, man. This is what it says to you, right? It says, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou dost not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. So we're out here telling you, we're warning you, giving you the warning, like, this is the devil. Don't join unto this devil, man. Don't follow any of his ways. Don't take the micro C hip. Don't take his juice, his snake venom, right? Don't believe this man, right? If you want to, you know, go do that, then by all means go do it. But if we're not out here giving you the warning, then your blood is on our hands. So we're out here giving you the warning. And what does it say if we give you the warning, right? It says, verse 9, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his wicked way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So, hey, we're giving you the warning. If you don't want to take it, that's on you. But we're spared from your blood, right? That's on you, right? And this is what we're saying, right? So if let's say, for example, you do hearken unto the voice of the Lord, right? This is what you can expect. This is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, the book of Sirach. This is chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation, because you are going to go through some temptations, because the Lord is testing you, right? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble, right? Because obviously we're coming into a time of trouble, right? It's that season. It says, when it gets bad, don't have that nigger spirit. Oh, you know, I didn't sign up for this. Don't have that spirit. Just endure. Whatever the Lord brings upon you, just believe that the Lord's got you, right? Because he does, if you have faith, right? It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. The amount of times I've gone through trials and tribulations in my life, and I've just stayed strong to the Lord, and the Lord's delivered me through it and put me in an even better position than I was prior. You know, the amount of stories I've got, you know, to confirm that. That's why I stay wholeheartedly true to this word and true to following the Lord exactly how he's commanded me to do it, to be a humble servant, you know. And Lord willing, I'll do that until the end, you know. Right? It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Obviously, in my situation before, I was in a low state, but I remained patient, still followed the Lord, still did what I needed to do, and the Lord blessed me, put me in a better position, right? But what this is potentially also going into is a time of trouble, because we're going to go through hell. We're going to be kicked out of our own homes. We're going to be put in these FEMA camps. We're going to be on the run. People are going to be trying to kill you, you know, hurt you. You know, you're changed into a lower state, but have patience. That's what the Lord is testing. He's tested for that fine gold, right? It says, for gold, this is verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. That's the key, right? It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall, right? Because if you decide, hey, I didn't sign up for this, I can't deal with this, you know, this is too much, You're going to go back into the world and you're going to ultimately be destroyed. Probably even worse, because you understood the truth and you went back into the world. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. Brothers, sisters out there that are listening, you know, hey, follow the Lord to the best of your ability, man, and don't give up, you know, just because you're in a bad position, a bad, you know, whatever. It could be finances, it could be, you know, whatever the case may be. Just stick to the Lord. Don't go your own way, because you will always fail. Right? Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it there. But that's what I mean. Like, you got to understand that, you know, the times that we're coming into, you need to put your faith, your trust in the Lord, because the Lord is the one that's going to be lifting up the standard. The Lord's going to send that divine intervention, like my brother mentioned earlier in the book of Daniel 12, you know, the 12th chapter. Michael, the chief angel, is going to stand up and fight for the Lord's people. Right? So imagine you're in a position where, hey, there's a whole bunch of heathen out there that are coming for you and they're about to kill you. Then something miraculous happens, and now all of a sudden, hey, you good. All these heathen are gone. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you gotta expect stuff like that. You know, the Lord's about to show us some wonders, man. Yeah. And it's exciting, because it's like, yo, I could actually, like, I'm gonna be I'm in a time, I'm alive, where all these miracles are about to happen, and the Lord is going to show us his true power. We're about to go through the Exodus again, you know what I mean? Like the second Exodus, you know? The Lord's about to show his power. But obviously we got to stay in the faith, we got to stay strong, we got to trust in the Lord, have the faith, and believe that he is going to do what he said he's going to do, you know? So yeah, man, it's exciting times.
Yeah, because the elect are going to have faith, you know, but and they're going to be protected because of their faith. But these other people, these heathen and these false prophets and the people that the Lord ain't dealing with, they're not going to have faith during that time, man. You know.
Yeah, and I would say as well, just to add on to that, is, you know, you look at how the you know, these camps are teaching. Like, what are they like? How are they preparing you for the times that we're about to come into? Right? What are they telling you? Are they warning you about certain things? Are they telling you, like, oh, look, you know, we're going to go through some hard times. We're going to go through some tribulations. We're going to be kicked out of our houses. We're going to be brought in a lower state. You know, you got to look at these camps and see what they're teaching, because a lot of them are teaching, like Yahweh Shai said in the book of Matthew, many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. Right? So if they're telling you, oh, you know, the micro C hip is spiritual. It's spiritual. Yeah, it ain't the physical charagma, the incision. Nah, it's spiritual, or it's sin. Hey, be very mindful of that, because that's very important. Because the scripture in Revelation chapter 13 says it's going to be it's going to be forced on everybody. Forced both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. Revelation chapter 13 and 16 on down. Right? But then in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, it explains that if you accept it, you're going to be cooked in the presence of the angels and the Lamb. You're going to be cooked. Yeah. So you need to be very specific, like what the actual truth is relating to that MOT beast and the micro C hip. You know, you need to be very sure that your congregation or the camp that you're following is teaching you about that. Can't stress that enough. You know, teaching you the true name as well, because the name is a strong tower and the righteous runneth to it. They're telling you the name isn't important. They're taking the Lord's name in vain.
But
fuck it.
Either way, the elect ain't gonna be deceived, man.
Yeah.
You know, but like I was saying, man, these false prophets and these people that don't trust in the Lord, man, they're gonna have to perish because of that. You know, you're gonna need faith in the times we're coming into, man. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, and the tokens is the prophecies, so concerning the prophecies that we've been speaking about, martial law, Jacob's trouble that's coming, okay, famine, death, okay, it says, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, killed, judged, put to death in a great number, man. Great depopulation is coming, okay? in the very near future, and a lot of it's going to be because of war and famine. It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden. So the Lord is going to take the prophets out of here. You ain't going to be able to get this truth anymore, man, because the elect are going to be as pilgrims upon the earth. Okay, it says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. The land is going to be void of faith. There ain't going to be nobody with faith around, man. But the elect are going to have faith because they're going to see the miracles that the Lord is going to do for them. They're going to be stocked. They're going to be fully stocked up on faith, and they're going to be delivered, man. It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou now seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So the times we're coming into is going to trump slavery. It's going to trump 70 AD and the siege of Jerusalem and all that. It's going to, man, this time we're coming into is going to be a time worse than any Holocaust or whatever the hell, you know, King Leopold II, the biggest you know the word. That's the biggest one. When King Leopold II did all that murder and stuff he did to them people of Congo. But that's a whole nother topic. But you know, it's gonna trump that, man. The time we're coming into is getting ready to be a time like no other. So we gotta go through hell before we get to heaven, man. But after this final time of persecution and judgment that Esau, his reign of terror that this devil you trusted in is about to bring to this earth, by the time that's done, you're gonna know he was the devil and that you should have listened to the prophets, man. We've been trying to warn you about this devil, but you called us, you're racist, we're all the same, God loves everybody, there's good and bad people of all nations. Although that's true, but who's ruling the world? Who's the manager of the world? Damn devil, man. The nation of Edom, you know. But you want to call us the bad guy for bringing it out, you know what I mean? And we're just doing as the Lord commanded, regardless of how offensive it is, right? I've got another precept I want to back that up with, right? The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, I'll start at 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. So what do you think that means? In a carnal Christian mind, you would think that it would mean for him to stand in front of a mountain and prophesy against the mountain, right? It don't mean that, okay? The true prophets are here with the true understanding to tell you what that means. Mount Seir is representing of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the rulers of this world, the elites of this world, these Rothschilds, DuPonts, Rockefellers, Gettys and all them. Prophesy against them, man. It doesn't say prophesy for them. Prophesy against them. Call them out. Say they're the damn devil. Bring out all the iniquities they've done in the earth. Explain how they're the fake JEWs and that they're the reason for all problems in this earth, man. And tell them their future, which is prophecy. Prophesy against them. But you lot say, oh, you're always getting on the so-called white man. You always... why don't you try loving your enemies? You know, you don't understand. Why would we love the devil, man?
Turn the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek, yeah.
Yeah, turn the other cheek and slap, backhand both of them. Pop, pop.
But the enemies is talking about loving is enemies of our people, man. And we're showing them love by bringing them the truth, okay? Now it says, I'm going to read it from the top again. Moreover, the word, Ezekiel 35 and 1, for those that, you know, might be just tuning in. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against these damn devils, Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. We ain't with you, we're against you, and the Lord is against you, right? It says, and say unto them, the people of Mount Seir, these devils. It says, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, you so-called Caucasians, I am against thee, and I will stretch mine hand against thee, and make thee most desolate. So the Lord is getting ready to judge you by the way of thermonuclear fire, man, and make you most desolate. He's about to bring you so low, you won't even be recognizable, man. It says that in Isaiah chapter 14. As thou art thou become as weak as we? They shall narrowly look upon you and consider, saying, is this the man that made the world a wilderness? This damn devil? These are the people that ruled over us and destroyed the world? These cave beasts? The Lord about to reduce you to a point where you're unrecognizable, man. And that's when the world is going to have true peace. That's when we're going to be rejoicing, man. It says, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. We've been proclaiming the name of the Lord that's going to do this to them, and you're going to watch it play out. Okay, it wasn't Yah, it wasn't Yahuwah that did this. They're steady, these people that are coming under these other names, they're steadily trying to join hands with the heathen. Say that all nations can make it, man. They ain't got the truth. The Lord ain't dealing with them. He didn't reveal his name to them because they don't have the truth. They don't possess the light. They speak not according to this word, man. There's no light in them. It said, and this is why the Lord is going to judge you damn devils, man. All right, it says here, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, meaning everlasting hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. They've, all the times in the past where they were lynching us, feeding us to alligators, putting us in zoos, you know, African Dodger, they were putting our babies' heads through these sheets and having competitions so you could hit their head with a baseball, man. Our children they did that too, but you people have no remorse for that. You don't care. You act like that was the past. We're supposed to just get over it and move on. To hell with you damn devils, man. Death upon all of you, okay? To hell with you. We will never join hands with you, man. Never. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, and the Lord lives forever. So this is set in stone. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood. Prepare for blood, you devils, man. You're going into slavery after that too. Okay? The Lord about to kill you, man. It says, and blood shall pursue thee. It says, sith, meaning since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Because you love blood, you're a bloodthirsty nation of people. The Lord is about to bring blood upon you since you love it so much. You can get a taste of your own medicine, man. Alright? Because everything you did to us is coming back upon you twofold, man. We're going to repay to you double, okay? And that's righteousness, man. So I'm going to leave that right there, okay? Because we ain't supposed to be joining hands with these devils. We're supposed to prophesy against them, man. Okay, because they're not our friend. These are the people that, this is the son of perdition that was born to be destroyed. They were created to destroy the earth and then be destroyed. That's their sole purpose. Alright? To hell with you damn devils, man. Any of you Edomites out there, to hell with you, man. Alright, we'll wrap it up here, man. Point is made, you know what I mean? War is coming, death is coming, famine is coming. All these things that the Lord spoke about is coming, man. It ain't gonna tarry. Alright, it's for this time we're living in now. It's for the appointed time, which is now. Okay, it's not going to tarry. It's about to happen. So the only way to escape that is to cleave to the true Lord, the true God of Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Leave off from your iniquities, keep His commandments. Okay, I proved all of this with precepts, as I just said. Everything I'm saying now, we just brought out. If you can't remember it, watch over this video again. Whatever, man. But the warning's out there, man. We're sent to warn the house of Israel, whether you receive it or not. And you that don't receive it, to hell with you too, man. You can go down with these devils, man. We don't care. To hell with you. Alright?
Let me say one last thing. So hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be acquitted.
Not be unpunished, that's
unpunished.
It. Yeah. The Lord won't, yeah, and that's another precept to it too. The Lord will not at all acquit the wicked, man. You ain't getting off the hook, you devils, man. I don't care if it was your ancestors. You are your ancestors coming back, man. And the Lord gonna repay you for what your ancestors did, which was ultimately you in the first place. Close it out here. Give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Brakakadash. Shalom.
Hey, shalom.